Well, Marty, here we are, 25 years after Dick and I sat around this table talking about a way to reach take the gospel to the world. And now we're celebrating within a few days our 65th wedding anniversary. And I bet you never thought that we would be involved in Nations University after we retired.
Well, perhaps it was blind love, but it worked out all right. And since we've opened our home to the world, we want to extend a welcome to everybody that is tuned in tonight. We know that there are family members and friends gathered all over who had planned to be here. And we miss you, but we thank you for joining us, and we look forward to the evening together. And most of all, we want to greet our students and our alumni, because they are the reason, you are the reason for our gathering tonight. You are the reason for this celebration. It's only right that after 25 years that we pause and celebrate.
Marty, you know there have been a lot of surprises. Students sometimes surprise you. But as I think about it, probably the biggest surprise is that people all over the world, all ages, from such diverse backgrounds, have wanted to study Scripture for what the Scripture had to say. And that has been the most encouraging thing to me. And it was planned at the beginning, but it was really a surprise at how they worked out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in terms of accomplishment, I would have to say that the accreditation probably is the greatest accomplishment that we had. And when we started out, we had no idea we wanted to become accredited. But in time, you know, things change and conditions change in the various nations of the world. And when students began to say, I want to be able to get a job with this degree, or I want to be able to go to a higher education beyond what nations can present, then it said to us, well, maybe we better look at it. And then with the increased regulation in the United States about being accredited in order to be able to work in the different states, it was a foregone conclusion that we had to do that. So in time, that became an accomplishment. And probably a surprise in that is we were able to do it in such a fashion that the tuition was either zero or low, and that the professors wanted to continue to teach, although they got no salary, and others wanted to give their services in various ways. So accomplishments and surprise, they kind of all ran together, but it was a good running together.
I would say the thing that stands out in my mind are as significant are all those volunteers. Just time and time again, when we needed a job to be done, we could ask someone. They knew there was no pay involved, but they gladly accepted the challenge.
Yeah.
And that has been such a joy to watch as other people joined in to offer their service. And one of those that we might single out was Joe Sloan, who came to be our CFO, and after he'd already retired, chose to give his time for 13 years in a job that was responsible and required a great deal of his time.
Yes.
And there have been many others, but he's one that we can single out. And the opportunity to serve is such a great blessing.
Well, it is. It is. It has been for us, because I was nearing retirement. And most people, when they near retirement, they find other activities to perform. And I wasn't really thinking about a substitute for the work that I got paid for, but I thought, hey, this is an opportunity, and it fits where I am. It takes advantage of the education I've had, the experiences I've had. So it was the right thing at the right time, and people caught on to it, and they began to enroll, and we've graduated quite a number of people. So that's a memory that I will never lose.
And it's such a blessing for our lives that we have been able to serve.
Yes.
And
would you do it again?
the opportunity to serve, of course.
Of course. I guess so.
We would do that.